feel so hard, and a lion slowly forming like a boulder in my heart. So if you wanna fucking friend me, better give me all you got. No, I don't take this lightly, cause it's heavy, heavy friendly.
There is an eagle flying. Yeah!
Welcome, everyone, to the Heavy Friending Podcast. My name's Joe Barlow, and we're coming at you from a very special place near and dear to my heart. We're in my living room.
Yeah.
Me and Laura Lee Bishop. Hi.
Hi.
This is such a weird... We were saying this is
It's
a little
very
weird as we were setting up.
It's very weird. I don't know. It feels strange. It's nothing like what I expected, first of all. So that was the first thing.
Yeah.
The second thing is it is a very personal thing going to somebody's house.
I was thinking about it today. Like, there are people... I've lived in this current apartment for maybe 6 months or so, and there are a lot of people who have not been to the new apartment.
But there are a lot of people who didn't go to the old apartment too, right?
Well, there's a lot of people, who wouldn't even risk going into that neighborhood.
Right.
Because it was rough. I kind of come from the streets a little bit, and
Sure.
I'm tough, and I didn't get tattoos, but I am marked emotionally from what I've seen and heard. But now this new place, it's kind of a nice neighborhood, right?
Yeah,
Quiet.
it's great.
It's a nice little...
Super cute. I just didn't expect as much personality in here.
Thank you so much. I think that's what people say when they meet me. They say, I didn't expect so much personality in here. Let's take it down a little bit. But let's introduce the podcast too. If this is your first time listening, what's wrong with you? Go back, listen to episode 1.
Yep.
This podcast is an evolution between Laura and my relationship. And this is the next step.
And we're taking a big step. This is a big step tonight. I feel the step right now. Like, I'm feeling the change in our relationship as we sit here.
Well, it's personal because now just by looking like at my walls, my taste, you're like, you can tell a lot about a person.
Right. Also, just when you can picture someone in their environment,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird. Like, whenever I text one of my friends, I imagine them in their living room, looking at their phone. I can kind of picture it there.
You are sitting in my spot. That's where I spend probably...
So do I need... How much DNA is on me? I mean, really?
This is like my TV zone.
You don't know it, but I brought a black light. And we're going to do a sweep.
I guess I would be curious, honestly, what that would turn up.
I would not want to know.
I wouldn't want you to broadcast that on the podcast.
No, we'll do it, after the podcast. We're just going to go through and
it's just kind of
see
fun.
what there's to see.
We
may even solve a mystery in the process,
Oh, like a murder. Well, I know who did it and why and who's dead.
Right. I'm sure you do.
But would you want... your house is pretty clean generally. There's that one time where your dishwasher was broken, and then there's a bunch of dishes.
There
the dishes.
But a bunch of dishes.
Well, there was. But my point is, would you even want a black light in your house? It's pretty clean, but...
everywhere but my bedroom. Sure.
Well, that's where we want the black light to go.
What I'm saying is I think a black light would turn up some stuff on this couch I'm sitting on, is what I'm saying. I think it would turn up things on this couch and this chair over here. Yeah.
We don't know. We're not having a scientist come. But actually, it was funny, too, because I was cleaning the apartment, because that was the other thing. I want it to be at the best for your first impression, and then it can slowly decline, if you ever came back here. But it's funny that we care about the first impression.
Well, I remember, the first time I met you and you were coming over for the news, and I had it really nice and clean. I remember before I ever met you, I thought that you were way older. I never saw the show or anything. I didn't know. I didn't know.
So you just made this opinion based on
my
email correspondence?
Yeah. I just assumed you were probably like a middle-aged guy working, I didn't know. I didn't even know you were the reporter person. I thought maybe you were just like the contact person or whatever.
Right. But then you were surprised. You're like, wow, this guy's cool, young, fun, and
I was
a lot of personality in there.
Well, yeah, but when you first walked in, you were so different than who you really are.
That's
my
true.
First impression, talk about cleaning up and not really showing what's really beneath the surface. I had no idea what was under there.
Well, you got a small glimmer Because
yeah.
we opened up a little bit.
Yeah, we did. But like when you first walked in, you were just so like, hi.
Yeah, I said hi.
Like, hi, I'm Joe. It was just very,
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times I like to start conversations with hi. When I meet someone, I say hi.
That's one way of doing it.
It's kind of my thing. How do you do it?
I just like to say, want to get high?
Whoa.
That's usually how I approach it. And you know how many friends I make doing that?
You're going to get arrested.
Oh, but you also make a lot of good friends. A lot of good friends that
Who
way.
are in jail now because
Sure,
you're all getting
the
high.
ride is fun.
Oh, that high ride. Mm-hmm. The fun thing about today's episode, I mean, obviously just this experience is exciting, but you also have recorded little, I guess, I don't know exactly what you did, but you recorded basically your thoughts, like what you were going to expect.
Yeah, I just had some thoughts. On the way over here, I was trying to get ready because I was kind of anxious. To be honest.
Yeah.
Well, and my first anxiety was about roaches. So we can take a listen.
Oh, yeah, let's listen.
I'd say my primary concern is roaches. I have an irrational fear of roaches, and Joe has told me that in the past he had a roach infestation, that they were everywhere. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. And I can smell roaches. They have an odor that they emit, and it comes from the grease on their backs. The grease on their back makes an odor. I swear to God. And people think I'm crazy, but one time I actually found an article that supported that theory. You can probably find it online. Roaches are greasy and they smell. And if I walk in there, the second I walk in, I'm going to be able to tell if there's roaches in there. But my main concern is that I see one. I really don't want to see one. I'll probably go crazy. So fingers crossed, no roaches.
So you think roaches have a smell?
They do have a smell. I'm telling you right now.
And what's it
I'm
similar
telling you what
to?
It is. I'm telling you what it is. It comes from the grease on their bodies. You know how they're shiny? It's roach grease.
Believe me, I know about roaches. I did have roaches in my old
they're
apartment.
shiny. That's grease on there. And that grease has a scent.
Yeah.
And I have been trained to detect
what
it.
is it?
Well, you mean what does it smell like?
Yeah.
There's only
Popcorn?
there's only one smell, and it's roaches. There smells like nothing else in this world. That's why when I walk in, I go, roaches.
If there were roaches here, which I don't think there are, because I think I would notice. But I cooked Brussels sprouts in the microwave today. So that would, I think, overpower
I got to tell you, I am a
roaches.
little bit concerned about the amount of Brussels sprouts you're eating. You're eating a lot of
How's
Brussels.
that concerning?
I
be proud.
want you to, quantum tantum.
What?
Just everything in moderation. Okay?
Quantum tantum?
Yeah. Everything in moderation, man. You got to maybe have some broccoli one day. Maybe have some.
No, I do.
Okay.
I guess it's
It just seems like every time I see you've had a heaping pile of Brussels sprouts. I'm also very glad at the distance between us right now.
This is cool, though. I have a cool place, don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to... Do you have a clip, something like just like your general like what you'd expect? I guess you kind of said that at the beginning, but...
No, yeah. Well, we can take a listen to that. I think Joe's place is going to be pretty generic. Just bare walls, a sad, lonely futon, the basics. And that's not even like a judgment on Joe. It's mainly just most men I know they're not super into decorating their area, their space. So I guess I just think it's going to be just kind of plain and nondescript, benign, if you will. I don't know. I'm hoping for a little bit of personality, but I don't know. Maybe just computer, TV, bed, couch, and that's it.
So you said so much in that. Thank you.
Yeah, well...
I feel like I should have recorded this because I expected you to be as rude as you're being.
I wasn't rude.
I think it's rude to think there's 1,000 roaches. And
okay, well, I thought there were roaches based on the past. Because in the past, you had 1,000 roaches. You used to say that there were all different kinds of bugs, and sometimes you would wake up in the morning and or wake up in the night to go get a drink of water, and they'd be all in the sink.
that was not me. That was the building.
I know, I'm just saying, I thought maybe you took them with you, because that's a possibility. You get a couple larvae, a couple eggs, and the next thing you know, you got an infestation on your hands, okay?
Okay.
And next thing you know, it's smelling to the high heaven, and there's grease everywhere.
Yeah.
I got roaches.
I get it. Okay. But it's still insulting.
But yeah, I did think it was going to be really plain in here because, most men and most male friends I know, they do have pretty plain houses.
I do think I get points sometimes. People are just like, oh, wait, you have like multiple framed pictures.
Yeah, you have all kinds
it's not
of
just
stuff.
like one thing. I'm actually really proud of that over there. Those are
Yeah.
my I actually printed out I think what are they? Maybe like 8x8 Instagram squares, and I have little frames for them. And they're my brother's. They're all pictures my brother took. Because
Yeah.
he's really good at photography.
And a picture of you and your brother.
Well, it's a picture. Yeah, so I have my parents are kayaking on the left, and then that's
Donald
us,
and
Donal and Robin.
Robin.
Yeah,
Donal and
so that's
Robin.
the only pictures I have of like people I know. Otherwise,
Oh, so that
it's
was
like,
another thing, that I was wondering about was if you
Yeah.
had framed photos with friends, perhaps.
No. Well, actually, in my room, you actually have only seen the living room and kitchen. I feel like you're afraid to.
I am a little scared to go back towards that way.
That's where that's like where I really live. But yeah, back there
I believe it.
I do have some pictures of old coworkers, but the only reason I have them is because they gave me
Are they in like a
pictures of
box
themselves.
with
No,
other items like
they
keepsake?
they gave me a framed picture of like us together, and then I was
Oh.
like, okay, I guess I'll keep
Oh,
it.
so you wouldn't want me to give you a framed photo of us?
If you did, it would.
I want
find
it
a place. Like
I
it
want
might
it out.
be on the
Yeah,
tape.
I want
side
it to be
table
in
or
the
something.
living room.
Well, if it's small enough, it could be on the side table. If it's too
I
big,
should get you a big photo.
well, I don't know where it would
Poster
go. You can
sized.
see my walls are pretty well set. The but the maybe the bathroom.
Yeah, the bathroom. We go right across from the toilet.
Yeah, something to look at.
something
Right
to
now,
look at.
across from the toilet is my old Illinois license plate.
Okay.
Because I didn't want. I feel like the bathroom. You don't want to waste good photos in there.
No, 'cause they get
it's gonna
contaminated.
Get steamy. Yeah. Wait, contaminated.
I don't.
Steam.
Oh, okay. The steam. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll get steamy.
Mm-hmm.
The movie poster you mentioned. I do have movie posters.
Are they in your room?
I know they're right here,
Oh,
right behind you, kind of. Yeah. So,
Muppets Take Manhattan.
have you seen that
Yes.
movie? Yeah. Do you love it?
I
Do
don't
you
know
love
if I
it?
get a poster. What is this? I can't
Wait.
see.
Do you love it? Okay, so that one is a German
Poster
of Blazing Saddles.
which I love. Blazing Saddles.
And then that one's a Spanish Planet of the Apes, which I love Planet of the Apes,
Okay.
the old ones.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I got the Blu-ray of all
I
the
also
old
love
ones.
Blazing Saddles, though.
Yeah, so classics, Muppets,
Muppets. That's an
Blazing
interesting
Saddles.
one,
But don't you love the music?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, well, and maybe even still, I was like, I want everyone to sing at my wedding. I want it to be like Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Talk
Spoiler
a lot
alert.
about Muppets on here.
They kind of get married at the end, Kermit and Miss Piggy, and they
They're
sing
always
this.
getting fucking married, though. I don't think that's a spoiler alert. They break up, they make up those two.
But they actually
It's drama.
got married. There was like a wedding ceremony, and they're singing that song. You know, she makes me happy. You know,
Joe, I
it
feel so
makes me like
close to you
cry.
right now.
That's how I want. I want everyone singing that song at my wedding.
I just feel I feel really weird right now because I looked over to my left here
Yeah,
and I saw your framed photos of Mike Martin.
Mike Martin, Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. Sorry, I know a man named Mike Martin. That's why I said Mike Martin.
Yeah, I have a picture of your friend Mike Martin.
Shout out to Mike Martin.
Yeah,
Of
big shout
Steve
out.
Martin.
Steve Martin and Letterman.
Yeah.
I know, my heroes.
And it makes me feel sad or something.
Oh,
it's
because
sweet.
it's yeah.
It's so endearing.
And there's Bill Murray, and I have Johnny Carson over there, Mick Jagger. I'm not that into Mick Jagger, but it was kind of like the three.
But this, it's
Yeah.
my heart is
The
swelling.
Steve Martin and the David Letterman. Those are my guys.
My heart. I don't know.
Well, it's fun now because you just go like, oh man, I really hope no one who's hanging on my wall is like a bad sexual
Well, I
predator.
think that
Don't say.
Bill Murray is maybe
Oh, I have-
domestic violence
Oh, no.
situations, but I think Steve is still okay.
I hope Steve's okay.
And Letterman,
Well,
I
Letterman
wouldn't
had
be
that
surprised
thing,
with some.
that scandal, I guess.
So yeah, no one's really all that clean.
Should I take him down?
No,
Oh, okay.
You don't have to do that. I mean, I think it's disgusting, but
Actually-
it's your house, and so do what you need to do.
Do you think it makes people uncomfortable when they come here? They're like, "Oh, he's a supporter."
No one comes.
You haven't
here,
seen my
so
Bill
you don't have
Cosby
to worry
shrine.
about that. Oh yeah.
I've got a Bill
That's in your
Cosby
room.
stand-up, life-size cardboard cutout, and yeah, it's not good. Don't go back there.
I'm really man spreading right now.
I think it's great. I mean, it's a love seat, so you get the whole
It's because
couch.
my crotch is so sore. I did that machine at the gym where you do your legs in and it strengthens your crotch, I guess.
Why would you want a strong crotch?
Well, I'm going to go scuba diving for my wedding. And
you gotta
I'm about to go on my honeymoon.
When you go under, you want to lock it up so that no
I just want to know that I can
swim in?
really. I just want to know I can really kick. And I also bought a knife today in case a shark attacks me underwater. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to strengthen my crotch before our trip. Plus, it's my honeymoon, So there's multiple reasons why I really need a strong crotch.
That's good.
And I'm just it's so sore right now.
It's weirder when you talk about your crotch. Like, I mean, it's weird at your house, but it feels weirder in my home.
It does, because it feels kind of like when you go to a guy's house. It does.
Right.
Because we are not really, we're kind of friends, but not really. Mm-hmm. So it feels like when I've maybe dated someone and kind of gone to their house for the first time, and I'm like, okay, it feels weird. Yeah. I'm wondering if you're going to get a blanket in a minute and try to like put a movie on. And
am I going to?
I'm just hoping
put on my Spotify playlist. Yeah, that I've created.
I was wondering if you're going to put like little cloths over the lamp shades and kind of set the mood or anything. But I'm glad you didn't.
That's my mood light right there.
Oh, okay.
Because
it's a dimmer bulb.
Well, it is. It's like one of those LED bulbs, and it changes colors, and it'll do a little like light show.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah. The remote's over there.
Fuck?
What do you mean? It's my light show.
Let me see it. I want to see it.
Okay, well, okay.
Let's do it. Whoa.
Yeah, so there's a strobe setting.
Oh my God.
This is great for a podcast. Everyone loves us talking about.
But it is kind of funny, Joe. You got a freaking
I actually,
laser show going here.
The reason I put this bulb in, I got it on Amazon.
You just told me it was for setting the mood.
Well, no, it was really for New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay.
Because you got to, once the clock strikes.
Did you have a New Year's Eve party?
Midnight. I had a part. Well, I mean, I had a
party of two, right?
It was me and another person.
So it was for mood lighting.
It was, but
you can put whatever spin you want.
It was a joke, really, but
sure.
It
was a joke that turned into something I show everyone who comes to the apartment.
I don't know if anyone's been here since that person was here.
Okay.
So
what was her name?
She has one.
She may enjoy a shout out though.
I don't think she is a fan of the podcast.
I told you.
What?
You go on so many dates. We could get so many fans from your dates alone. Mm-hmm. You need to be really pitching to them this concept.
I did actually. I pitched to someone and they said they were going to listen and then they never spoke to me again. So I know for a fact they listened. Oh, that made me laugh because it's sad.
Well, it's okay.
It's okay.
Your apartment's not as sad as I thought it was going to be, though.
What a compliment.
I'm serious.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny. That girl said like a similar thing.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I've been to a lot of horrible apartments.
Men usually have these terrible, like where it's just sterile. And
like a hospital.
The walls are barren. Mm-hmm. There's no personality.
Thank you.
It smells bad, and there's always hairs everywhere, like beard hairs and like a rogue pubic on the toilet type thing.
Yeah,
a lot of
those beard hairs. I will say there's because I think there are some a little.
I'm sure.
It's hard because they're so tiny when you shave, and then they fly everywhere.
Yeah, I shave as well. I know how it works.
Okay. I don't know how long your hairs are.
They're tiny too.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Anyway, do you have another sound clip?
Yeah, sure. Let's take a listen to another one of my thoughts. I'm interested in what kind of like trinkets and doodads he has. I don't know. He gets a lot of free stuff from work, so maybe he has some of that stuff, like a Star Wars Yoda stuffed animal or something. I don't know. Just very random trinkets. That's what I want to see. And also I'm curious if he has any pictures with family or friends, maybe on the coffee table or something. Because it's like those little things that you see in someone's apartment that you kind of learn about them and learn about their personality. So I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be some real weird and interesting things of that nature in this guy's place. So yeah, you do have little doodads. You got a lot of those.
I don't think I do, actually.
You have way more than I thought you were going to have. First of all, I see you've got your workout rock.
Yeah, Joe, with my name on it.
Yep. Glad to see it in the flesh. Actually, I'll probably go pick it up in a minute and see how heavy it is.
I'd love you to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think you'll be impressed.
Okay.
I also, can you see I have that little Kermit
There's a
the
Kermit,
Frog
lot of
reporter
Muppets.
mug?
Yep.
It's reporter Kermit, though.
What's coming out of his head?
Oh, those are they're an as seen on TV product. They're like kind of like binoculars, but you just wear them like glasses
Why do you have binoculars? That's what I want to know.
for sporting events.
And why are they by the window?
Those were actually a gift I gave to my brother, I think, and then somehow he didn't want them. So, but yeah, and that statue. Do you know who that is?
That is that guy. The actor.
We'll have to Instagram a lot of this because I think.
Yeah, we'll definitely Instagram
okay.
it. And you guys can find us on Instagram at Heavy Friending.
At Heavy Friending, maybe even Facebook, but definitely Insta. That's the place for pics. Wait, so yeah, do you know who that is?
Yeah, I know who he is. I just don't know his name.
Describe what he looks like.
He's an older gentleman. He's from another era in real life, IRL. And he's a little rotund. He's wearing a top hat.
Yeah, that's W.C. Fields. But I didn't know that. That was a gift from my friend Pat Tchaikovsky.
He's an actor.
He is a comedian. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's in movies and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen him in some old stuff, right?
Yeah, I got that like in high school. My friend Pat was always really good at just giving random gifts. He actually listens to this show too. So
Does Pat like the show?
hey, Pat.
Does Pat like me?
He does, yeah. And he made his girlfriend listen too. So hey,
Made her.
I love when people force.
She didn't. She wanted to do it. She liked it.
Well, she liked it eventually. She probably didn't want to listen at first. If someone said, "Hey, my friend has a podcast," you don't want to hear that.
No, I don't.
No.
I don't even
So,
want to
yeah.
hear my own podcast. So you know how I feel when we're editing.
When we're editing.
Sorry, when
and I'm like, maybe we should cut that. And you're like, good thought.
when I'm editing, I hate both of us so much. By the end of it, I hate you.
Yeah.
And I hate me too. I can't even look in the mirror.
You know what's funny is I have to edit my video at work as an entertainment reporter, and a lot of times I hate me too.
Yeah, it's
so I'm
terrible.
like, if I got negative feedback from a viewer, I'm like,
Yeah, I get it.
it's already been said.
Yeah, by me.
I've said it to myself
in the mirror. Yeah, no, I agree. We got somebody gave us a bad review.
Ooh, can we read it?
No, because they didn't write anything. They just gave us 1 star.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Isn't that total bullshit? I want to know who you are because, I want to investigate your ass. I want to see what other shit you rated. I want to find out who you are and where you fucking live. So let that be a lesson. Anybody listening to this? No, wait. Now they're going to go give us 1 star.
Yeah, everyone's like, I want them to read. No, well, let's read. We should read positive reviews.
Okay, yeah, we should.
But yeah, so pull one up. But I have a fun story about a person who criticized us, my old show, on the internet. He left this horrible, I forget what he said even, but he left this really angry, mean Facebook comment. And then you go, oh, well, I want to see who this guy is, right?
Yeah.
So you look at him, and you can see his job, you can see that he's divorced, so you're like, okay, he's maybe a little angry. And then you do a quick Google. Maybe I looked too much into this guy. You looked in, then you go, oh, he has a criminal record. He's a record of being an angry person. And all right, good. I won't respond.
Well, you were straight up getting ready to find this guy and knock on his door.
Sometimes you just want to know who they are, if they have good opinions.
I hired a private investigator.
If I go this guy loves the Muppets, the movies I like,
and then he hates our podcast,
and then
you're
go,
like, ooh,
that hurts more.
Yeah.
But if I'm like, oh, he likes things I don't like, then I don't care.
Well, yeah,
I'm like, he has bad taste.
One guy gave us a bad review, and he just said all it said was the title was this. The title said this, the word this, and then the body of the paragraph just had an O. Not a 0, but an O. Like maybe he meant to start writing something, or maybe he was trying to say 0, but I don't know.
See,
but that's all it said.
Yeah.
And so I reported it as fucking spam.
And good.
They took it down.
That is
because it is spam.
That shouldn't
Write
count
a fucking
against us.
review. You know,
he may not know what
it was
website
spam.
he
No,
was
but
on.
I found out who he was.
How?
Just in case he's listening, let me tell you, bud. I found out who you were because I clicked on your username and I saw the other things you reviewed.
Oh, what is he like or not?
He
like?
was reviewing some games, and guess what he said?
What?
I really love playing this game in my patrol car.
Oh,
Law enforcement. Law enforcement's against us, people.
well, but he's also not a good employee because he should maybe not
Why
be
are you playing games,
in
bro?
his patrol car. Interesting.
Exactly. And I know where he's from. I found out who he was.
Okay, well, that's cool. I support the police, the boys in blue and girls.
Wow. What a nice time it's been
I
here
think
at your
so.
home. Actually, I'll say what? I feel comfortable. I'll say what? I feel comfortable.
It's not something I expected you to say. Most women don't say that in my
Oh,
apartment.
Joe, come on.
What? You brought it up earlier.
Not their comfort level, man. Come on.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I did say that this may be the time I find out if you're a serial killer or not,
So what's your verdict?
Well, we'll see when the tape stops rolling, because I feel like if you are a serial killer, that's when you'll probably come for me.
No, but so I guess that I think you don't think I'm a
Anything
serial
could happen,
killer.
guys. You're not going to hear it. Let me leave you with this. If we have a podcast next week, Joe didn't kill me, So,
Well, but not killing you now would be in my best interest.
sure.
I would kill you maybe 2 episodes from now.
Oh, so that it would be like,
Yeah.
it couldn't have been him. He would have done it when she was at his apartment.
Right. That was the easy
Yeah.
time. He had a tarp in his bathroom. She
Right.
didn't check
She has
the
a
bathtub.
giant. He has a
She
giant
should have
Bill
checked the
Cosby
bathtub.
cut out in the shower with a tarp.
Yeah. Home Alone when
Yeah.
Michael Jordan's on the train. I
Yeah.
do that with Bill Cosby in my front window so people don't want to come in.
No, so people think you have friends over.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
you're having a party.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
really fun.
It's sweet. I
And
think
nice.
we definitely have grown. Okay. This closer together, further apart. I don't think I need to ask you. I think we're on the same page, man.
I was actually not going to say that.
Oh,
What I was going to say was I'm very neutral on this one because
wow.
I don't feel
Wow.
like I learned about you as much. This was maybe a little me-centric. This is how I
Yeah,
live.
but you had me over.
Yeah.
You welcomed me into your home.
I just don't think, I don't
I'm
think.
sitting on your couch. You may find a little purple hair on this couch later.
Oh, that's true.
And you may go, oh, Laura was here. And then you'll put it in that box where you keep all the little knickknacks of shit that I've left behind, old tissues.
yeah, I have a
and
lot of
fucking
your hair and
cans and shit. Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, so I guess in that sense, yeah, it doesn't feel closer because I already have a lot of your hair and stuff. So.
I feel so close to you right now.
Okay.
I feel
You're making me uncomfortable in my own home.
well, you make women uncomfortable here all the time, so it's time that
See,
you
that's now
get a
you're
little taste.
saying it.
Time's up, Joe.
Okay.
And
I support it. I'd get a pin if I could.
I think you can. I think
No,
you just
I
need
don't
to
know.
donate to the movement.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa,
Money.
not that much. No, I feel very
I
close
think
to
it's
you right
great,
now.
yeah.
I think I just, it's your house. I feel like I'm getting your scent on me.
Yep, I'm very uncomfortable. Time's up on you.
We'll see you guys next week on Heavy Friending.
Ooh,
I'm just rolling around on it.
What?
Just gonna get that scent all
I
over
gotta
me.
look away. We didn't even talk about my Trump painting.
How could you create an image of him?
Well, it's him grabbing the earth by the pussy.
So it's
good.
just awful.
No, it's deep.
A deep grab.
Anyway, what else should we talk about here?
We should. That's a great thing to say. You should always do that. Hey, so what are we doing here?
I feel like we've
What's,
covered it. I have 583 square feet or 560 maybe. There's not a lot to talk about. This is
You
it.
should never say that on a podcast.
What, my square footage?
There's not a lot to talk about.
No,
There's plenty to talk about, brother.